everybody, and welcome back to Jodee Jean's Kitchen. Today we are going to make a chicken bake with fresh vegetables, garlic, Parmesan cheese, and a bunch of other seasonings. I'm going to show you a shortcut on how to do this one dish wonder, or actually two sheet pan wonder in the oven, so you can spend lots of time with your family. I have today the open fields pasta that I'll show you later what the box looks like, but it's a more carbohydrate friendly pasta that doesn't up your glucose levels and throw you out of ketosis. If you eat it little portions. So what we're going to start with first is I have preheated the oven to 450 degrees, and I have the first rack about on the middle notch, and then the lower rack where we're going to put the chicken so it can bake evenly. What we're first going to do is we're going to chop up the vegetables, and since we are putting these in the oven all at the same time, you want it to go in the oven at the same time and you want it to come out of the oven at the same time. So we're going to take these little fingerling potatoes, and they make different kinds of them, but these are some of my favorites. And since we're doing potatoes, we need to cut them just a little bit smaller so they're going to cook up about the same time. And these are, you have purple potatoes in here, red potatoes, white, just chop them up. And if you don't want to use potatoes, you can use rice. You can put it over rice, but we're going to use the potatoes and put it over a little bit of pasta. So you have two options that you can use. Right there. And the little guy's our little mascots are not behaving today. At all. All right. In with the potatoes, I'm going to do just two more. And like I said, I like the purple ones. They always cook up really good. And then in here, I'm going to use the ranch seasoning. It has no carbs and just gives it a really nice flavor. I'm not going to put it on everything because you don't want everything to taste the same. But give it a pretty good dusting. And this is a good trick for chicken or something like that. You want to have just a different flavor for when you're doing it. There we go. And then we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. All right, then we're going to start on the vegetables. We'll give that a stir too. And I have my pan that's lined over here. I'm going to spray some Pam on it. Whoopsie. And then start lining this stuff up. So first we're going to put the potatoes just about near the outside. That way you make sure they're going to get a lot of heat and get done. Because you don't want your vegetables to be overdone and your potatoes to not be done. There you go. And the ranch mix does have salt in it. That's why I didn't put any salt. So it's kind of like its own little seasoning. All right, now we're going to go on to the vegetables and how these are all different sizes. You kind of want them to be just a little bit bigger. So they're going to be a little chunkier, kind of like that, because they're going to cook for 20 minutes or so. Like that. And then the ends right here, I just leave them whole. Kind of like a trick if you ever wonder why everything is always done. And so I'm going to just go ahead and put this back in the same bowl because a little extra flavor is not going to hurt it. And then I'm going to do a zucchini. Just go through there, kind of big slices. Give it a little half hit. Okay. And in this one, we're going to do a little bit of garlic. Oh, whoops. Don't forget the onion. Must have that. And we're going to leave it a little chunky, but I'm going to break this up. Because you kind of know, I know a lot of people don't know how long it takes. Some people ask me, how do you know how big to chop it? Or, I did it in my oven and my potatoes weren't done and everything else was done. So you just kind of have to play with it. But onions, anything you want to have a little bit crispy still, you want it to be just a little bit bigger. And then with the asparagus, we're going to go, I'm just going to use half of this. And don't forget the little trick on the end of the asparagus. If you take it and break it, that's where you should cut it. And then discard those. And then we're going to go through here and kind of keep it, you don't have to do whole pieces, but like that, because we're going to take and give this some seasoning also. A little pepper. Don't forget the pepper trick. It makes it come out faster. And then we're going to do some garlic salt. A little flip. And we're going to do just a few red pepper flakes. Try to get them spaced around as you're mixing so it doesn't all end up in the same place. And some olive oil. Okay. And I definitely don't forget the red pepper. Can't leave anything on the tray. So we're going to break this down. I always go on the outside to try to get leave the white skin. Just makes it just a little bit faster. That. And then don't forget the little end bits. They're always still good. And there you go. And as you can tell, I didn't get hardly any of the white stuff that you have to trim out. And I like these, I'm going to leave these big too, because I like these to have crunch on them. Makes it very yummy to have just a little bit of bite of something. And don't forget, layers, layers, flavor. Got to keep flavor, adding flavor. A little bit more pepper. If you want to change this up to do different things, you know, shrimp, or we're going to do chicken today, you can do basically whatever you want. All right, and then I'm going to layer this in here. You want it to be full, but not too full. Because remember, we want this to all cook at about the same time, with the potatoes on the edge and stuff. Now, for this, we're going to take garlic, and we're going to bust it up, but then we're going to put it with some lemon, and then just lay it over the top, so it kind of gives it a gentle flavor going down on the vegetables. That's some tough garlic. Might need another, whoopsie, little extra something special right there. Yes, sometimes you have to hit it very hard. All right, so now we're going to take this and put it in the, I'm just going to go in the same bowl, really. Leave it chunky. And I'm going to take lemon. And do some squeezes. You don't want too much lemon flavor in there, or too much garlic, because you have, you put the garlic salt in there and stuff. But just that little hint brings out the freshness in the vegetables. If you get that in there, that should be enough. Just give it one more squeeze, and go over the top like that. And you can eat that the roasted garlic. I'm going to spread it out just a little bit. And then we're going to take this and put it in the oven after we get the chicken done. And then we're going to go over here to the chicken. I have the chicken thawed. Whoopsie. My pasta's stuck. I have the chicken thawed, and then we're going to throw it on that pan, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with it. Clear this stuff off of here. If you go and you have the chicken tenders, they seem to work out better than the other chicken. Let me get my foil. Just dump this on here. All right. So you have your chicken tenders, and yeah, I'm going to touch this. And you lay them all out. Try to keep the big ones to the outside so they cook faster, and the little ones to the inside, like that. And we're going to go in here with all kinds of, almost everything that we put on the other ones. So a little bit of red pepper flakes. And my stove's going to ding the whole time. And you always cook chicken to 165, because you definitely don't want to have undercooked chicken ever. We're going to go in here with some garlic salt. Make sure you get all the pieces evenly. Some Parmesan. I'm going to actually put some ranch on here too, because it always gives it a good flavor. And then drizzle it with olive oil. And then we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. But while I'm doing that, I want to talk to you just a little bit about what we have going on at Ippy's. It is our 100-year anniversary. And we're going to start, we have the glasses at the restaurant that we have now. We are going to have a big end-of-the-year party and do a celebration of 100 years, going from my grandfather all the way down to my nephew, John, and all of our relatives. And actually last night at the restaurant, we had one of our old servers that used to work for my father for 30-some years, C.B. Bowman. She came in and had her 80th birthday party there. So I want to give a special shout out to her, who also watches my cooking show, and they all told me about it last night. And they were like, yeah, your dad would be so proud of you. And I was like, I don't know. I think he'd kind of laugh a little bit, but you know how that goes. You never know what he would be thinking. Because I know my brother sure does get a kick out of it. So then we do the same to the other side. A little bit more red pepper flakes. And I like to put just a couple of the tomatoes with the chicken, because when they release the flavor, they're going to let the juices go. And I'm not going to put my hand in there because I got chicken on them. Yeah. And then we're going to put this in the oven. Both of them, and it should take between 20 and 25 minutes at the most. And when we come back, I am going to show you what the finished product looks like and how we're going to serve it. And we're also going to make up a new summer cocktail that I hope everybody will enjoy. So we'll see you in a few. Thank you so much.
Everyone's doing it. Follow your neighborhood network on social media. See news live as it happens. See more local content. Your neighborhood network, proudly serving Martinsville and Henry County.
Are you looking for great food and entertainment? Ippy's Restaurant is the place to be. We have been serving local communities since 1919. With made-from-scratch entrees and specialty dishes like our famous Oyster Rockefeller, smoked prime rib, and hand-carved filet mignon, we have a great selection of menu items that are all made to order for your everyday dining or special occasions. We also offer private rooms, catering services, and have a wonderful assortment of local bands that play in the lounge. Ippy's Restaurant and Lounge, 1760 North Main Street, Rocky Mount.
Jodee's Kitchen is brought to you in part by the Harvester Performance Center. World-class entertainment year-round. Harvester Performance Center, downtown Rocky Mount. Visit harvester-music.com.
everybody, and welcome back. I'm going to give you a highlight of what we've done so far. We have the chicken and the tomatoes, grape tomatoes, in one pan, which we're going to check in just a moment. And then we have all of our vegetables in the other pan roasting for our one dish, our 2-sheet pan dinner that we're going to do. But right now, we're going to make a delicious cocktail inspired by freshness. So they had these really wonderful grapefruits at the store. I'm going to squeeze just a little bit in there. Oops, or everywhere. Oh yeah. Then I'm going to take a little bit of Saint Germain, which is an elderberry liqueur. Just put a dab in there. And then a little bit of vodka, any kind will do. I wouldn't do a flavored vodka for this drink because we have a lot of flavors going on. So a little bit of vodka, that's probably like an ounce. And that was a 1/4 ounce. And then we're going to do a 1/2 cup of light cranberry juice. And then we're going to do a little bit of lime. Actually, this is juicy, so I'll just squeeze that in there. There you go. And if you have any mint, you could throw some mint in there. Give it a stir. And you can make this into a martini or a shooter or whatever. That's delicious. I'd put a little bit more grapefruit in there. But that is yummy. And if you have, put the pulp in there as you saw some of it falling. And if you have a juicer, even better. But that elderberry is really makes that taste good. Yeah, very refreshing. All right, so let's check our chicken and our vegetables so we can see where we're at and if we need to pull one out or leave one in, because you want everything to come together at the same time. So we're going to go over here, past the mascots who are behaving. All right. Oh, yeah, it's looking good. Definitely looking good. And we're going to take internal temperature of the chicken. So we're at 169, 155. I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes just to make sure, because like I said, you don't ever want to play around with chicken. Now I'm going to take the bottom pan, get back. I'm going to take the bottom pan of vegetables and put them up top so they get a little bit browner. And I'm going to put on low broil because we want to toast them just a teeny bit. See how some of them are toasting and some of them are not. So I'm going to go over here and put it on low broil and give it just a few more minutes. And then when we come back, I'm going to show you, well, actually, I've cooked some pasta, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this for a minute. I've put some olive oil on it, and I'm going to dress it with some Parmesan and get it ready. And this is going to be the base for our vegetables. And I'm not going to put too much juice on this because we have that yummy juice that's coming off the flavors of everything that we just had in the oven. We have the ranch seasoning and the garlic salt and all that. And when you all pull it together, we'll toss it in here, and they'll put some cheese in there, and it'll be wonderful. Definitely good. So when we come back, I'll pull everything out and show you what this wonderful dish is going to look like. So we'll see you in just a few. Thank you.
Jodee's Kitchen is brought to you in part by the Harvester Performance Center. World-class entertainment year-round. Harvester Performance Center, downtown Rocky Mount. Visit harvester-music.com.
Are you tired of your car looking like this? You need to call Kevin's Collision Center. With over 35 years of auto repair service, Kevin's Collision Center can get you back to factory specs. Some insurance companies may want you to visit their drive-in claim center before having your car repaired, or you can leave your car at Kevin's Collision Center and ask the insurance company inspect the car here. We help you navigate your auto body claim with the insurance company. When everything is at the right place, you can't go wrong. Kevin's Collision Center, 8985 Philpott Highway, Martinsville, Virginia, 276-632-0123.
You don't have to leave this place the way that you came. You will leave here soaked and saturated and burning with the presence of God.
I believe this is the hour of Jesus the Evangelist. We have not seen him like this since the 70s. There's a new breed of evangelists that are not looking for a stage. They only want Jesus.
And now we come to God and we meet the creator of heaven and earth, and we meet Jesus, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. It's an experience you'll never forget. That's why when he touches you, you got to tell everybody about it. You got to shout it from the rooftop. You got to shout it from the mountaintop. I met him. I met him. I met him. I want to tell you about Jesus. I want to tell you about him.
Westover Christian Academy, fully accredited by ACSI and Advanced Ed, is located in Danville, Virginia, and offers classes from K-2 through 12th grade, providing excellence in education. What is excellence in education? It's teaching and learning. It's being safe and secure. It's knowing the God who gives us a hope and a future. It's having opportunities to grow and serve and lead. It's achieving in academics, athletics, and fine arts. WCA has partnered with families for over 40 years to provide a learning experience that is designed to support children to grow academically, spiritually, socially, and physically. Come discover the difference of Westover Christian Academy.
Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to this episode of Jodee Jean's Kitchen, where we are cooking up some fantastic one-pan meals in the oven. We are done with everything, and I just finished broiling it. So we are going to pull it out. We have our purple potatoes, and fingerlings, with our onions, and doesn't that look good? Just a little bit of brown on there. And then we're going to take our chicken with our tomatoes out here. We're going to check that one more time just to make sure that everything is good. Definitely do not want to serve undercooked chicken to anybody. Oh yeah, we're 1 at 80. Perfect. 176, great. All right. Now, for this, we're going to take some of this juice from what we cooked, the vegetables and the chicken and everything, and we're going to toss it on the pasta. I might use some of this. There we go. Get all that in there. Ugh. And then we're going to take some from the chicken, because all that has yummy flavor in it. And olive oil and stuff. If anything falls in there, tomato, whatever, just leave it in there. There you go. Now we're going to toss the pasta around. And I put a little bit of Parmesan in there already. And you want to give this, because you don't want pasta that's not seasoned, so you want to give it just a little taste, just to make sure that it's good. And I might add just a little bit of salt. Because remember, we didn't salt the chicken very heavily. You can always adjust afterwards. All right, so we're going to take this, put it right in there in the middle. I'm going to take some of your pretty vegetables, your potatoes and stuff, all around the outside. And I wish you could smell this in here with the garlic and stuff. There's a piece of garlic. Some of that red on there. Go. And then we're going to go in here with some tomatoes. And they are so juicy. A couple chicken tenders. I like it hot, so I'm going to use the ones with the red pepper flakes on it a lot. There you go. Now, doesn't that look pretty? So then, we're going to top it all off with some more Parmesan cheese. That. And then we're going to give it a taste. Hopefully it's not going to burn me. I'm going to get the pasta in there. And this is the Dreamfields pasta. You get it at Kroger. And it is delicious. Try to get both of it in there. That's really good. The spice from the chicken mixes in with the pasta and the tomatoes. Just delicious. And everything, the asparagus still has crunch to it. The peppers still have crunch to it. Just all together worked out well. And the potatoes are perfectly cooked. I mean, cook a good dinner for your family. Have your kids help. I mean, they can help you chop stuff and everything. The children that I had on the show, they loved it. And all the special guest stars, they just have a wonderful time. They learn new things every time. And if you have any questions, don't forget YouTube, Jodee Jean's Kitchen, Facebook. People have been emailing me. You can contact me any way you want. A lot of the people who have questions that I have answered in messages and stuff, I try to relay them on the air, but sometimes I forget because there is a lot going on here, and there's a whole lot going on up in here, if you know me. So just know that if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to ask me, because I'll always be there helping out people and trying to make their dinner time and their family time special, because that's what we try to do at Ippy's with our family. And we are celebrating our 100-year anniversary, so stay tuned. Our new glasses are out. We do have shirts for sale and all different things. We're going to have a party, different celebrations, and a lot of promotional stuff. So check out BDW21. We're going to have our commercials on there for the highlights of when this is going to happen. And also check out our webpage at ippysrestaurant.com. And I thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, watching it, and making comments when you see me. It really makes my day that I am helping people. And I do have news that the keto is definitely something that if you haven't done it and you can see the change in me and know that basically I've done keto and exercise and just try to eat right. We have tons of dishes at the restaurant that are keto friendly. So thank you so much, and everybody tune in and subscribe. Have a good day.
Jodee's Kitchen is brought to you in part by the Harvester Performance Center. World-class entertainment year-round. Harvester Performance Center, downtown Rocky Mount. Visit harvester-music.com.